Hey! It's the ABCs of Bad Movies with Alex and Jeff, and we have a special guest. His name is Louis.
Hi.
His name is Luis. Finally, a little bit of cultural flair on our show. Finally, a little bit of saturation.
They don't know what we look like.
Well,
The
on
people on
the
camera most
stream they
likely
do.
do.
It's a color filter.
Audio-wise, they could probably tell he's not white. Hey! Anyway, it's the ABCs of Bad Movies. We watch bad movies in alphabetical order. Tonight, we are watching the 2013 Oscar snub, Vehicle 19, starring Paul Walker, directed by Mukunda Michael Dewil.
The late Paul Walker.
Yeah, he's dead.
Big rip.
He'll never walk again.
It's been a long day.
You gonna keep going?
It's been a
No?
long day. It's been a long day.
But we're ready to watch this shitty movie. We have a guest. I think we're drinking some Scotch Ale. We're drinking some wine.
So
And,
I just want to point out to all of our listeners and viewers that we are on letter V. We
That's
have 5 more episodes.
yeah. Season 1's almost done, and who knows if we'll do a season 2.
Hi, friend.
We will do a season 2.
Lepidus.
I'll do a season 2.
Lepidus.
Yeah, he was on the show before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Frank.
Oh fuck.
What a guy.
So yeah, we're on the letter V, which stands for.
Vegans. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I mess that up?
No.
What does V stand
It's-
for?
Vegetarians, I don't know.
Yeah,
I was
that was
gonna
pretty.
say,
I'm
it
try- I'm
might-
trying
it-
to stay-
It stands for the politically correct way to say a woman's body part. Pussy.
Let's start the show.
What? Yeah.
Let's start the movie. How about that?
3, 2, 1, go.
What I assume it is Fast and the Furious, but not under that name.
No cars.
I'm assuming cars. I'm assuming
There's
lots
a
of cars.
vehicle at least.
Yeah, there's at least one vehicle, probably 19 vehicles.
I was gonna say we should count how many vehicles. Wow, I like this.
We could do a
That's
vehicle
fast.
count.
There's just a blind guy in the middle of the road.
That's Paul Walker. He's blind because he's dead. All dead people are blind. That was
That's
vehicle 19.
Yeah.
Roll credits.
Okay. This is the Transporter. This is the movie The Transporter.
Holy crap.
Just leave. What do you mean? What are you doing? Like, let her go.
Yeah, like he does not have to be involved with any of this. But I also think it's also very American to want to be involved in this kind of shit.
What
just
the fuck?
I don't know much about physics, but that's not how the car explosions work.
Cars explode all the time. If a car,
See, that's what I said. I do not know physics.
if a car is not on its tires, it explodes. I'm gonna need a Bud Light Lime.
Are you gonna put the buddy with Bud Light Lime?
Sure.
Okay, so she's like trying to
When
get
I
help
first
from these-
started drinking
Time out,
them-
shut up. I'm trying to explain the movie because you guys,
Who gives a fucking shit about the fucking movie?
It's the
Point of the podcast.
What's going on, Jeff?
So they're trying to find like a safe place because the chief of police is the one who's trying to kill him. So obviously the chief of police he has like all the cops looking out for him.
Okay,
now.
so the cops are trying to kill
the girl. But
the girl,
because Paul
and by
Walker's
extension,
involved-
Paul Walker.
Yes.
Is she gonna die?
in this feed-
She can't fucking die. She can't die. It's only been an hour. We're only an hour in this movie. She cannot die. The woman's dead. She died.
She legitimately died.
She straight up died.
I don't.
Been a long
Yeah.
day. Shit, what?
Just
Why
go,
are they
just
on
go,
both
just
sides
go,
of the road?
just go. No, don't do that.
This makes literally no sense. This is some GTA ass shit. Now, like I know before we mentioned that the car wash part was.
You gotta
But the
go
fact
to the
that he's
car
gonna
wash.
paint the car,
Gotta get a paint job.
no stars anymore.
Well, he has to go.
Of
to
course, it
court.
makes no sense. It's a shitty movie.
God.
This is Vehicle 19, and he's like high on paint fumes.
Yeah.
I like
What's
this.
what they call him Magic Negro? That's. I know. I mean, that's what the trope is called. That's very literally what the trope is called. I know.
Jeff,
Like-
I can't. I lost control of
It's
the right
re-
half
it's-
of my body, Jeff.
It's
Jeff, he said
it's
Magic
pre-
Negro, and I can't
it's
do it.
precisely
Jeff,
because of how
Jeff, I
racist the
can't-
trope
Jeff,
is.
I can't do it. Jeff, he called it a Magic Negro, Jeff.
That's
Jeff,
what the trope is
Jeff,
called.
Jeff.
Don't say my name with this.
Jeff.
They're just
Yeah,
reupholstering this van like. It's
Yes,
no
of
big
course they're reupholstering it.
Hertz.
Jeff,
Hertz will not let one of their assets
just depreciating. How much do you want to bet that Hertz funded a non-insignificant?
I think Mukunda Michael Dewil had a bad experience with Hertz Rent-A-Car. He died. So Paul Walker dies.
Worst movie ever. Hey, it's the ABC's of Bad Movies here with Alex Hefe and surprise guest.
Luis.
Hey.
Hey.
What? How? So we are here on.
What do you mean how?
We were asking questions.
Of course.
So we're here.
We're just gonna let that boy down. There you go.
We're here with the letter V. We just finished watching a terrible movie called Vehicle 19, and now we're in our discussion section. So, for those of you who are new to the show, welcome. We have about 4 more episodes after this, and then season 1 is over. Don't forget to subscribe to follow us on Twitch and to subscribe to our podcast. That way, you'll never miss a thing. You can also join us on Discord, and there you'll know all of our dirty deets as we get ready. As we wind down season 1 and as we get ready for season 2 next year.
You also have a Patreon and an OnlyFans, you know?
No, we do
We
not
have a paid Snapchat.
we do not ask.
Snapchat
Yeah.
Premium.
If you want dirty pictures of Jeff and I, check out our premium Snapchat account.
The ABCs of XXX movies.
It's all beeps. That's all it is. This is our show.
So this is the part of the show where we do a plot synopsis.
Yeah.
That's part A. Then we do trivia.
Yep.
That's part B.
Yep.
Then we give our random thoughts. Part C. Our final part of our show is recommendations. Would we recommend this movie or not?
So hold your recommendations until the end of the show, please. So
I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm probably the only one qualified here to give the plot synopsis of this movie.
I made up all of the first season of me not paying attention to movies last week, where we watched Ultraviolet, where I actually knew what was happening.
Yeah.
So I'm done. I'm set. I don't have to say shit. So it starts with Paul Walker. It starts with Paul Walker, right? It's he gets in a car. He rents a car from Hertz. Rent a car.
Where is he?
I assume South Africa.
He is in South Africa.
Got it.
Good job.
And he's just, cruising around. He almost gets mugged 3 times. And then he finds a woman in his trunk, and that's pretty fucking wild. That was a twist. Didn't expect that. It's almost like I didn't expect this to just be Transporter, but without Jason Statham, and instead with Paul Walker.
This is a terrible synopsis.
Yeah,
That's what happens.
that's you understand the concept of synopsis. You gotta get to the point.
I got to the point. He found a woman in his trunk of his car, and then she almost shoots him in the face. And then he's like, well, let's figure out why you're so upset.
He did not, as a matter of fact, figure it out for a while.
But
care
he
about her
wanted
feelings.
for a moment.
He did not care about her feelings.
Well, I mean, she gets shot, and then she's like, I'm a reporter, and the cops want to kill me.
She's not a
many
reporter,
steps.
though.
What's the point? You just said be, succinct.
But she's not a reporter.
Yes, she is.
No, she's not.
What is she?
She is
What
in
is
the
she?
Department of Justice.
Or
She's
whatever
like
the
a district.
equivalent-
She's like a district attorney.
I
whatever-
thought she was a reporter.
No.
All I know is they leave her in a subway, station. He just sort of picks her corpse up out of the car and dumps her in a tunnel.
There's questions from the audience. Yeah.
Yeah. Why was there a gun in the glove box?
Yeah.
Mr. Plot synopsis.
Because
the whole man.
the cop who was supposed to pick up the car was going to use the... Hang on. I'm turning into Christopher Walken. The cop was going to pick up the car, and maybe threaten to shoot her in the face if she tried to move or struggle, It happens. It's fine when a woman struggles in the trunk of your car. You got to threaten them.
Both of our faces now
with
should
a
be
gun.
on the subreddit r
This is so
watch people die inside.
just put it in our own subreddit.
Watch people die inside.
Check out Are the ABCs of Bad Movies. That's our subreddit that we don't have yet. Someone make a fucking subreddit. We do have Discord, though.
We have Discord. Yeah, we could subreddit. We'll make a subreddit. We'll be the only posters forever.
Forever, yeah. Post every episode.
Till season 2 comes and I have a new laptop and we put it on YouTube.
Well, I know for the end of season 2, we're going to have, or not the end of season 2, the end of season 1, we're going to do a ranking of all the movies that we watched during season 1.
Rank the alphabet.
Yeah, we're going to rank the fucking alphabet. Is exactly what we're going to do.
My number 1, for the record, is still my number 1.
Evolver.
No, that's a good movie.
You rank it from worst to best. So far.
My worst movie is still my worst movie.
What's your worst one?
What's the movie you liked the least so far this season?
Apartment 1303, the very first fucking
Pretty
one.
easily the one of the shittiest ones we watched. What's your favorite?
That one I had.
It's all right. We're gonna cut all this out anyway, and by we I mean me.
I'd
I
have to
cut
think
it.
about that one more.
When I finally get to it, I still have to edit Jay.
So now it's time for the plot synopsis.
We're doing plot synopsis. I can just cut this. It's fine.
It's not that. It's that your plot synopsis was not very plot synopsis.
What do you mean? She gets in a fucking car, and then a woman rolls out of the trunk that's not a trunk, and then he's like, "Well, you're a reporter,
Not a reporter.
so I'm gonna have to shoot you."
Plot synopsis.
Don't you clap in?
Hertz a terrible car rental company. You should go with Avis. This post was not sponsored by Avis, but it should. Pay me.
All right. So
This episode of the ABC's Bad Movies is brought to you by Avis Rental Car.
go to avis.com/ABCs of Bad Movies for your promo code. The promo code is
404. Not found.
the promo code is gullible.
I'm glad that our wives left to watch a movie.
A real movie?
They were
Actually
watching the
enjoying
movie.
their
They
time.
left to watch a TV show, and then they left the whole building to watch a fucking movie in a movie theater. They're like, we're going to watch a movie.
You're actually gonna enjoy what they're watching.
I enjoyed Vehicle 19.
Vehicle.
Oh, let's talk about it.
Yeah, you should.
I'm trying to. I'm
this
saying.
is-
So a guy gets in a car, and then a reporter pops out of the trunk. That's valid. That's what happens.
Yeah. Okay. Can I just talk, please? I'll do a 3-minute plot synopsis instead of a 2-minute.
Get the fucking
Time the shit out of it.
Get in the fucking timer. This is a game we like to play where we time ourselves. Summarizing the plot. 3 minutes?
3 minutes.
3 minutes. Go.
Paul Walker rents a car from Hertz in the great city of Johannesburg, South Africa, and it's supposed to be a small sedan, but he accidentally gets this minivan. He refuses to go back to the desk to change out his minivan, and so he just drives off in it. He finds out, surprise, in this minivan, there's not only a cell phone that has a message saying something about doing something bad, but he also finds himself a gun. Now, he's in Johannesburg because he's here to meet his ex-wife, Angie, who works at the U.S. Embassy, and Angie is expecting him.
Angie?
But he never makes it to Angie
Is that her name?
because he finds this gun,
The
and
character actually has a name?
I'm trying to do... And
Keep going. I'm not talking to you.
this cell phone finally calls, and guess what? It's the chief of police,
That's
basically, who says, okay, you need to,
I
don't
didn't
worry
catch
about
that
it,
at
take
all.
the van here. And he goes to try to take the van there, but then all of a sudden this lady comes out of the back
You got
seat.
2 minutes.
This lady apparently works for the Department of Justice and is uncovering a sex trafficking ring from the chief of police, Ben Rose. The call is from a detective named Scott or something like that, and so Paul Walker wants nothing to do with this. He drives the car with the girl to the meetup place. They try to kill both him and the girl. Paul Walker's like, I'm not going to deal with this. I'm not going to die. So he then races
Got
off.
90
Now he's
seconds.
a fugitive. Police officers end up shooting the girl. She ends up dying. He goes and evades the cops by going into a car wash, then getting his car spray painted just like in GTA. And then now he's relatively safe. He gets in touch with a judge back up just a little bit. The girl, while she's dying, makes a recording of her testimony saying, look, I uncovered this sex ring. This is
1
sex
minute
trafficking
left.
ring. This recording is my testimony. You need to give this to Judge Max or whatever his name is.
Mark's Max. Yeah.
And he's like, okay, cool. I need to get this to the judge. So after he gets his car painted and the car washed, he tries to make it to the courthouse and get in touch with the judge. The judge is like, it's too dangerous. This is suicide. You're not going to make it here. But he's like, you know what? I'm going anyways. So after a nice car chase and also refusing to make it to Angie on time,
30 seconds.
he goes to the courthouse. Police are there at the courthouse, blocking him off. He's like, you know what? I'm just gonna gun it. So he guns it for the courthouse. Gets to the courthouse. There's a hostage situation. He grabs a reporter, takes him into the car, threatens him at gunpoint. The detective who was on the phone is there also and is threatening him. The detectives end up shooting
10.
him. The reporter has a live camera on him, the one that was taken hostage, and Paul Walker plays the recording.
5.
That's the testimony. Both Paul Walker dies. The end.
Okay, that's under 3 minutes.
How'd I do?
That's 2 minutes 59 seconds.
pretty much everything in
That's
there?
the entire plot. Like, we could have saved ourselves an hour and 25 minutes.
Well, if you look back at our older episodes, the movies that we like, we talk about for about 45 minutes. And we've adapted when we realized that most of the movies we watch we don't like.
God dang it!
So we
Cover
just
your mouth.
So we just summarized them in 3 minutes. I know I couldn't summarize this movie in 3 minutes because I don't remember what happened.
Yeah.
I was busy talking to you the whole time. So,
So that's plot synopsis. Then-
Luis, would you like to try a plot synopsis in 3 minutes?
Yeah, I
or-
think it's only fair.
15 seconds.
Guest has
You can do it in 15 seconds?
Yeah.
All right, you count me down.
3, 2, 1. Hertz sucks. Rent from Avis. They do not put people in the backseat of your car. They also will tell you, just return the car. We'll give you a new one. And that's all.
Okay, so we just got a commercial.
Alright, if you actually want me to try this, like,
Yeah, go for it.
We usually do it in 2 minutes, but I did 3.
Yeah, you do 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
I think I'll try 2 minutes. That's a matter of fact.
All right, let's try 2 minutes. You count me down. Let's
Alright.
do 2 minutes.
3, 2, 1. So in this film, Paul Walker arrives to South Africa after getting out of jail to meet his ex-wife. And we still do not know why they wanted to meet. He rents a car from Hertz. He's given the incorrect car, and instead of returning it, he just decides to drive off with it. He learns that there's not only a phone and a gun in his car, but there's a woman. Just backing off from this man decides to get involved in all of it, and violence starts against him. The woman was a person in the equivalent of the Justice Department in South Africa.
Like a journalist.
And she was uncovering a sex ring run by the chief of police. The chief of police, of course, is not happy with this, so he tries to both murder her and he tries to murder my guy, Preston, my guy.
1 minute.
So instead of just trying to get away from this and just being like, fuck this shit, I'm out, he decides to get really involved with this, return the car. He gets shot at. He does not return the car. GTA hijinks happen, and this the woman gets murdered just by a straight bullet. Like, it wasn't even like they were trying. They were just shooting randomly into this car, and they killed her. They recorded testimony. The guy tries to deliver the testimony to a judge. He did not succeed terribly at this particular task. He gets shot, and he feeds his testimony live into a mic. Wait, did he fart? All right, I have 20 seconds at this point. He fits the testimony live into a mic after he gets shot. He does not die, as a matter of fact. He does not die in this movie. He's recovering in the hospital. He's considered
5 seconds.
a hero and a savior. And that's basically the movie. The American just visits South Africa, and he's a hero now.
You're at 2 minutes and 1 second.
I'm just gonna have to do a sip.
Which is more efficient than Jeff.
Oof.
That's okay.
All right, now I want Alex's synopsis.
Oh, do I have to
1
go?
minute.
I don't
1
fucking
minute.
know. I don't remember
1
anything
minute.
about
I
this
just wanna know
fucking
what
movie.
your brain
1
thinks
minute
this
for
movie
me?
was.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Paul Walker finds a journalist in the trunk of his car, and then she dies. But she tells Paul Walker all about the horrible crimes that the cops commit, which makes it so unbelievable to begin with because cops never commit crimes. And then Paul Walker just sort of drives around to junkyards and then gets his car spray painted, and by car I mean minivan, gets his minivan spray painted bright red, and then sort of drives it into a courthouse, and he gets shot to death. And that's and end of synopsis.
41 seconds.
That's how plot synopsized.
That's how you miss 80% of the damn movie.
Hey, I synopsisized the movie. All right, so go fuck yourself. That's how you do it. So that's plot synopsis.
And now it's time for some trivia.
You can sing, can you? I can't. So I make Jeff sing all the time.
All right, it's trivia time.
It's trivia time. Here's your first question is,
You gotta speak louder into both microphones.
I don't have a budget for the movie, but I do have a box office and I can see it, so I'm not going to play. But we play a game called Box Office where it's Price is Right rules. Do you know Price is Right rules?
What's it? The person that's just higher.
Closest without going over.
Close to that going over.
No.
Ooh, okay.
We've had on this show understanding Price is Right rules,
I've
Jeff.
seen the show before.
It's very easy. You just have to be
I understand now. Like, you gave me the rules.
you just have to be closest without going over. So, what was
if the answer is 2 and you guessed 1, and
You're over.
I guessed 3, I lose.
Well, you both lose.
No.
He's closest
That would
without
be
going
hard.
over.
No, you both went over in that case.
No,
No,
if the
he guessed
answer's
1,
2,
the answer's
and I guessed
2.
1.
Oh yeah. I thought you said if the answer is 1 and he guessed 2 and you guessed
no,
3,
the answer
and
is
then you
1.
both
No.
lose.
So, box office.
What was the box office for the Oscar snub 2013 film Vehicle 19 starring Paul Walker, directed by Mukunda?
$128,000.
$120,000.
28.
$128,000.
No, I think it was more. I think this is probably like 1.2 million.
1.2 million. Well, the actual box office was $2.1 million.
No way. This movie made more than $1 million.
It made $2.1 million. I think it's
What was the distribution?
means
oh,
for
it's
this?
also a drinking game. So if you get it wrong, you have to drink. So enjoy that.
Oh no, I have to drink.
And now we move on to some more trivia-based stuff.
Time. We'll give about
I'm gonna turn this into
20 seconds.
I'm gonna
for
try.
trivia.
I'm gonna try to turn this into multiple trivia questions.
Okay.
So bear with me. When I raise my left hand, it means we're done with the main idea of what the topic is here. But here's the topic. Near the end of the movie, a man looks inside the minivan and tells Michael to what? In quotes. I need exact quote.
Okay. I'll
Go ahead
whisper
and
it.
guess. Go ahead. No, you can just say it. I won't tell you if you're
Hey,
Do you want
correct.
to
or not.
count? Do you want to count?
Oh, you
down?
want me to
Yeah, 'cause I
you want to
don't
whisper? No, you don't have to count that. Okay. He gave me an answer.
Ask the question again. Near
ask
the
the
end of the
question again.
movie.
Near the end of the movie, a man looks inside
Alex
the
is being
minivan.
Alex Trebek. Alex
This is trivia. And now the host of trivia, Alex, the dipshit. Near the end of the movie, a man looks inside the minivan and tells Michael to what? In quotes. I need exact
He tells him
quote.
to fuck off.
Okay. So my two answers were light it on fire and drop the gun. And
Set it all on fire.
I hate to tell you, but you are both. That quote is burn it all away.
Fuck! I was knew it was something on fire.
So you are going to both have to drink on that one. The next part of this trivia is the magical Negro. You said it for sure. Michael is played by. I'll wait for a buzzer.
Paul Walker.
Yeah.
Paul Walker was said first by Jeff, so go ahead and drink, Luis. I'll also drink because that is the correct answer.
Haha. Sucks to suck.
I thought we were following the same format. That's why I was like, oh.
Who soon after died. Paul Walker soon after died in what?
A car accident.
I want your answer also.
He died after this, but that's a terrible way to die. That's the last film that he was in? He died in a car accident, but was this his last film before he died?
I need a more.
He died in a car accident.
Okay, so you both answer car accident. Jeff answered first, so I'll just give it to Jeff.
Was this the last film he did before he died?
I don't think so.
That's
But
depressed.
the verbiage is car crash. But I'll give it to Jeff since you both answered the same. If you had said car crash, I would have given it to
We had
you.
a specific burning car as a text entry from.
What
our
was
audience.
the make of the car that Paul Walker died in?
Chrysler.
We got an answer is Chrysler,
BMW?
BMW.
What is another?
Should I do closest to correct on this, or should I just tell you both to drink for this? Because you're both wrong.
Because we made and we got European.
A German made.
Yeah.
And it was made. He died in a Porsche, which is a German car.
Fuck yeah! What?
So, Luis, you're gonna have to drink on that. I'll drink on that too. Apparently, Jeff is drinking in celebration.
Porsche. Not Porsche.
What color was the Porsche that Paul Walker
Porsche
died in?
white.
We got an answer white immediately.
Black.
This one I'm gonna give you a second guess for both of
Silver.
you. Silver.
Red.
Red is the correct answer.
He gets painted red.
And charcoal. Baba Louie, you got a drink.
Here's the full.
drinking.
Near the end of the movie, a man looks inside the minivan and tells Michael to burn it all away, quote unquote. Michael is played by Paul Walker, who soon after died in a car crash that set the Porsche ablaze. Incidentally, the car was red, just like the freshly repainted minivan. That's a trivia
Did you ask
question.
which color was painted? What was the question? Oh, I didn't. I mean, originally it was white, no? Like, that's why I answered.
On the inside of Paul Walker's wrist, you can see his daughter's name tattooed there. What is Paul Walker's daughter's name?
Paula.
Ooh, a bold claim. Paula. What do you say, Jeff?
Is it like Haley?
Both are incorrect. I'll give you both one more guess without drinking.
Anna.
Oh, they say after the fire it was charcoal.
Of course it was.
Wow,
What
savage.
isn't? What isn't?
That is savage.
What is Paul Walker's daughter's name?
No cheating.
No,
He's not
fair
cheating. He's not cheating.
enough. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for entirely. I just want to see if this was the last movie he did before he died. That's the only thing I care about.
Let's check out his filmography on Wikipedia. God, if this was his last movie.
No, it's not. No, wait. Had he died by
That's-
Fast and Furious 6?
Yeah, because
He would have been in it.
was
They're
supposed
not
to be in
putting his,
7.
He
they're not putting posthumous.
Yeah, no, he was.
Oh, a posthumous release. Posthumous
He had
release.
at least. He had
So
one,
his Fast and Furious 6 was the last one.
but it can also be
He also made Vehicle 19 when he was alive. But
That'd be a depressing way to go out.
well, he wouldn't care. He's dead. Anyway, what is Paul Walker's daughter's name?
Anna.
Anna is the guess.
Mary.
Both incorrect. I'll give you one more guess.
God.
And I will give a hint that Jeff was kind of close about flowers. Jeff mentioned flowers.
Rose.
I will give you another hint. Not a specific flower.
Petal. I don't fucking know, man.
Petal's not bad.
Anima Marie.
Enema
I'm
Marie.
reading it from the Twitch chat.
I'll give you one more, and I'll include this for you where you can guess again. Think of it like a group of flowers. What's the word for like a bunch of flowers in a field?
Meadow.
Meadow is the correct answer. Meadow
Well done.
is the correct answer.
Well
You
done.
got it.
We got Poppy as a guess. That's a good
Poppy
guess.
is not a bad guess
That's
at
a-
all.
that's a
Poppy
good
is a
guess.
great guess. Maker a majority of the police cars in this
BMW.
movie. BMW is the correct answer. Got it. Did it. Son of a bitch.
God, it's Jason Bourne.
I need you for this final piece of trivia, at least on IMDb. I might try to look for some more. But I need you to describe the majority of scenes. Where is the camera during the majority of scenes in this movie?
On the
The
dash.
dashboard.
You know what? I'll drink doubly. On the dashboard is technically not correct, but it is. The entire movie is shot inside a car except for the final scene in the movie. It is all shot inside the car.
I guess that will lead me to an extra question since I already had it open.
Mm.
I guess I'll do it for the two of you.
I'm ready.
And I guess we'll go with Price is Right rules for this question.
Okay.
What was the approval rating
I'll
on
tell
Rotten
you next
Tomatoes
week.
for this movie?
What'd you say?
What was the approval rating of this movie on Rotten Tomatoes?
24%.
28%.
Bum, 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 bum. You were really close. 23%.
Oh, man. Man.
I was like, holy shit. I was trying to look for the budget of this movie, but it's not on Wikipedia.
It's hard to find. It's a hard thing to find. I'm gonna try to look at goofs. Are there goofs? Okay, I have some goofs
That's fine.
that we can treat as trivia.
Sure.
Goof it up. Goof me up. Get me in the goof.
When the Toyota car is flipped in the first car chase, the air cannon used can be seen where on the Toyota car?
And actually, time out for a second. I'm gonna time out on that special effects because what? I'll have a piece of trivia here.
This fucking
What
guy.
other than an air cannon could they have used to flip the car?
A cannon. Just a legitimate one.
What would the thing have been?
Crane.
No.
You're saying
I
crane?
actually don't remember the name, but if somebody said it, I would have gotten it. Basically, they can take like a pneumatic or spring-loaded
Piston?
piston.
That's what
and
I was
it just
thinking.
like smacks
Literally
into the
just-
thing and just flips them up.
That
Springs
was
of the
gonna be my
future.
other guess. Just like an actual piston just pushing it, just
Yeah,
flipping it.
that's
over.
what they use nowadays. but-
Springs are how astronauts weigh themselves. Basically, they don't weigh themselves; they measure
Yeah,
their
if they
mass
have
with the
their-
spring. Because
if you have
it's
the mass constant,
yeah
or
the mass and
spring
you know the
constant
spring
and the
constant
distance.
and they
That's
and they oscillate back and forth, and based on how far they oscillate, they can measure their mass. It's science, whatever. Anyway,
Fucking
when the Toyota car is
nerd.
flipped in the first car chase, the air cannon used can be seen where on the car?
on the bottom of it.
On the side.
The correct answer is on the underside of the car.
Nailed
So
it.
I'll take a drink for that
I
one.
need another beer.
Can you get me a Bud Light Lime? Can you do that for me? I want a Bud Light Lime, please. It is twist off. The Bud Light Lime is. That's right. Everything else. Hernia should be hisnia. I like that a lot.
hernias can happen to females.
Well, it's a joke.
It should be a dernia. That way
I
it's
was
unisex.
there, Nia. I remember.
I was dernia.
I was then 3,000 years ago. Cast it into the fire, destroy it!
No.
I was there. Elrond was there.
What a name.
Oh man. What a series of films.
Got
At
anything else?
2 points in the movie, the text directions are shown on screen. for Paul Walker to get there. Are the directions the same both times? It's a yes or no.
No.
Yes.
We've got a yes and we've got a no. The correct answer is no. They are not the same. Take a drink. I'll also drink.
I mean, that was the. There are two options.
Sometimes we make it easy. And sometimes we get it wrong. Rachel has her wrist tied when they drive through warehouse number blank,
77.
but they are
78.
free or still tied when they continue to drive through in the next shot.
They are free because then she whips out a gun.
77. Are you asking about the number of
The
the
hands
warehouse?
tied. Hands tied. Are they tied or not?
I'm going with a yes.
No, well, you're wrong. It is correct. They are untied. Now I want to know the number of the warehouse. You say 77.
78.
That's weird. Because you could have picked any number at all. And the correct answer is 78. That is actually the answer.
I paid attention to the movie. No.
78.
They were talking about, but I remember.
Even your dad got 78.
I distinctly remember seeing the number 77 on the screen, like when they were driving for the warehouse. So I'm assuming it was going to be the next one.
7777 77 77.
So wait, what's your question? She had her hands untied by. We're asking about.
No,
by
no,
which one she
no.
had
It was
untied.
just what was the warehouse number and were they still tied in that shot? Because it was
Alright, yeah,
it was
I
a
remember by
mistake.
77 she did not. Then I'm assuming the next one's gonna be 78, and then it was not.
The fact that you both remember that is
We paid
ridiculous.
attention
It's
to this
ridiculous because
film.
I don't remember that. I don't even remember them going through a warehouse. It's wild.
I gotta pee.
You can go ahead
5
and
beers
take a
in and I
pee.
gotta pee. I'm finally gonna break the seal.
Alex.
Yes.
I distinctly remember it.
See, I don't remember that. I don't remember that at all.
I remember the subtitles saying 78.
No, that's where they were supposed to go, but I remember distinctly.
Well, that's also my problem is I can't read.
That is great memory, good sir. Oh, football should be egg ball.
Oh, fuck off.
Hi, Feifel. Feifel.
Well, I just Googled Vehicle 19 trivia because I ran out of trivia, and I found a news article called Moon Landing Trivia. How well do you know Apollo 11, Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, Michael Collins?
I'd say I know it relatively well.
I would not.
When it came to assigning astronauts to their Apollo missions, it was determined that a backup crew would be the primary crew for the mission 3 flights later. So the backup crew on Apollo 8 was chosen to be the primary crew for Apollo 11. Neil Armstrong was not initially on the Apollo 8 backup crew, but a delay in hardware led to a shuffle of backup crews. Had the mission stayed as planned, who might have been the first moonwalker instead of Neil Armstrong?
Buzz Aldrin.
Is it A, Buzz Aldrin, B, John Glenn, C, Pat Conrad, or D, Jim Lovell?
Pat Conrad.
I appreciate your confidence, both of you. There are technically 2 correct answers. Require both correct answers for you to not drink.
Pat and Buzz.
Yeah.
Pat and Buzz for both of you? That is incorrect.
No, wait, no.
The correct answers are Buzz Aldrin and John Glenn.
John Glenn?
But he was the pilot.
Wasn't he in
Those were the
Mercury?
backup crews, apparently.
All right.
What I find interesting about Apollo 11 in itself is the fact that Michael Collins was
Part of it, no one remembers him.
literally the most isolated human in all of human existence. In the 100,000 years that humans have been a species, he is the loneliest person ever, because he went out to space with 2 other motherfuckers, right? And then those 2 fuckers dip right down to the moon, and he's on the other side of the moon where they cannot send him messages. He's just hoping that science is great, and he'll just continue to float around the moon to the other side. But for probably like an hour and a half, he was totally alone. And he not only was he totally alone, he couldn't even see Earth. And if he turned around, he couldn't even see Neil Armstrong or Buzz Aldrin. If he turned around, it would be the side of the moon that no one has ever seen ever before. And then he turns back around, and it's just the infinite abyss. How fucking
metal.
horrifying
Write poems about
must that have been? Like, and he just sat there, and he's like, well, hope this little box...
Hope gravity's a real thing.
Gravity. It's like that Sarah Bareilles song. He didn't want to fall in...
Gravity.
And now he's going to sing like Dave Matthews or whatever. What's this?
John Mayer.
John Mayer. Same fucking guy.
Same difference.
Dave Matthews and John Mayer are the same person.
Taking Neil and Buzz from me.
There you go. There you go. See, it's a fun time on Fridays here at the ABCs of Bad Movies. It's not bad.
Bisbee says The Dark Side of the Moon. That's a great song.
Jimi Hendrix, I love it. Got one.
Beatles.
Michael Collin wasn't initially scheduled to be part of Apollo 11 either. However, knee surgery forced him to delay when he would be on an Apollo mission. What mission was Collins originally slated to fly on? Was it Apollo 9, Apollo 10, Apollo 12, or Apollo 13?
9. 9.
They don't give a correct answer in this quiz.
Makes no sense.
They do not recognize a correct answer. So, fuck it.
We all drank.
When Buzz Aldrin's mother, Marion, had an apt maiden name before marrying Edwin Sr. What was her maiden name?
Had an apt maiden name?
She had an app.
Apt. A-P-T. Apt.
Oh,
Appropriate.
So yeah, I understand what app means. So I've been waiting for. Are you giving
Spanish was your first language. It's
She had
fine.
An apt
Though.
maiden name for.
Yeah, but are you giving us options?
Oh, I'm sorry. Apollo, Saturn, Thrust, or Moon?
Thrust, because that sounds funny.
Yeah, you fucking need. You better fucking believe it.
I was gonna say Moon.
Marion Thrust. Once again, they do not give an answer.
Are
So,
they at the bottom? By any chance?
No, some of them are underlined. Like, the correct answers are underlined. And some of them are not. So,
I think they're at the bottom. I think we keep going. I think they
well, it's gone.
It's a Trivia Vehicle 19. It's such a generic name that.
Wait, time out. Guys, do you know what time of the show it is?
420?
Is it random thoughts time?
Now it's time for Random Thoughts.
You're
With
not going to
Larry.
sing? What? With who?
Larry. And now it's time for Random Thoughts.
Larry! Get over here. It's
Larry!
Larry. Come on, Larry.
Jesus Christ, Larry.
Get over here. It's me, Larry.
Random Thoughts.
With Larry. With Larry, I love it. I love
Me. Why is he so touchy?
I'm so happy. I'm so happy to be a part of this. It's random thoughts time. I've been waiting for so long. I'm always here. It's the first time I've ever been on the show, and you already have a
It's a
guest.
terrible bit. Please stop. This is the ABCs of Bad Movies with Louise. We're doing the ASMR version. Random thoughts are about to happen. Scabby boop bap boop.
Oh, don't ruin it. Don't do that. That was so great. I was gonna keep it until you did that. Larry, I'm Larry. I'm Larry. Hey,
Alex, please stop. I'm so uncomfortable.
I'll go get him. He was over. He went away for a bit.
I'm so
I'll go get him.
I'm so uncomfortable.
I'll go get him. Yeah. Fuck off, Larry. No one fucking wants you here, Larry. How do you get into my fucking house, Larry? Fucking go. Go. I don't want to be a part of this. Get the fuck out, Larry. Thank you. What's going on? He fucking blindfolded me and he shoved a chloroform sock in my mouth.
Did he put you in the back of a van?
He almost
In
did.
South Africa?
He's surprisingly strong considering his slender frame. He does have a little voice.
Random thoughts.
What are our random thoughts? What do we got?
Oh, I have one that I wrote down.
Oh, go.
You have thought.
If you flip the page, I have a
No, I'm
bunch.
starting with mine.
All right, go.
So, my random thought.
Your random thought.
Are you
What's
done?
your random thought?
You done, Larry?
When did he get back? Did he climb in through my fucking window again? We live on the 3rd floor. Did he climb in the fucking window?
The third
Get
floor,
the fuck out of here, Larry.
the 3rd floor underground, mind you.
I just want to be a part of the show.
Fuck off!
You get the fuck out of here, Larry. Jesus. Anyway,
You actually made a great point in my plot synopsis. Who the fuck was Angie? Angie didn't even need to be in the whole movie.
This movie would have been the exact same without Angie.
If Paul Walker literally just took a vacation to Johannesburg, movie
For no
would have been
reason.
the same thing.
Yeah.
Same
I
thing.
have a huge question here.
What?
Who the fuck is Angie?
That's the chick he's on the phone with.
The-
who is
his
at the embassy.
ex-wife.
His ex-wife.
His
It's
ex-wife?
like, why were they meeting? Like, even like, just if she had a purpose in this movie, like, why was he meeting his ex-wife in Johannesburg?
What the fuck is Angie?
They never established
Because
that.
this time it'll be different.
Of course.
That's wild to me. Like, I don't even remember her having a name. I remember him talking to someone. I don't remember her having a name.
Angie. Angie's List.
Angela.
And that's how you
Welcome
write
to
women
Angie's List,
in a movie.
Johannesburg.
Huh?
Forgettable. That's how you do it.
She's forgettable. That's what she is.
Are you guys singing?
She's forgettable.
singing?
Paul Walker never jizzed.
I'd like to sing too.
She worked at the U.S. Embassy, but no one cared or gave her Hennessy. Oh, Angie. That's what she is. So forgettable.
My God.
Not divorced.
She got divorced.
And didn't have any kids.
She drank too much Hennessy.
She went out to the sea.
She found herself in a South African court. Oh, Angie. She
It
was
all a fantasy.
Whatever. That was great.
So, yeah, Angie could have been written out of this movie, is what I'm trying to say.
You know what else
100%.
could have been written out of this movie?
The only buy-off that they got from Angie was when they drove next to the embassy and he honked the horn.
Yeah, and there was
Did
just
we,
some
did
woman
we know
there.
which one of them was Angie?
There's
Like,
just
It
a
was
woman
the
there.
only girl.
was
Yeah,
there
it
only
was just
one
some
woman? I was
woman.
gonna say, was there only one woman?
Her body language is like, what the fuck are you
You're doing
doing?
here?
What the
Why are you
fuck are you
driving like
doing?
this?
Yeah, exactly. She was like, what the fuck? You flew 13 hours for this? Where are you going?
He left
get
parole.
Malort?
As he screams by, where are you going?
I guess I do have another like random thought about this question. Why did he have to be like on like parole? Like I kind of get like so he doesn't want to go into the U.S. embassy, but
That was it. That was the
entire-
only drive for his
'cause
character.
they had to make it like so like.
You'd think they'd make an exception where it's like, yeah, hey, what's up? You know, I
There's
committed
a-
a crime. There's a shit ton of corruption going on right now.
There's a person in this.
And
world
I
that's
will
gonna get
blow the
murdered.
whistle on this nonstop.
We deserve Malort.
We certainly do, but we don't have any. I don't think I have
Also,
any
if it ain't
liquor.
any. Those are the quotes from our Twitch. Hey! He's over here.
You know what they say. Anything is possible.
So
Is he drunk? Off
yeah,
a Henny and
she could have been
skunk?
written out the movie, and the movie would have been the exact same. Like easily, it could have been like 10 lines.
And you still remembered her fucking name.
I hate
Both
her.
of you.
So
Both of you
hate
did.
her. hate
I
her.
didn't
hate
remember her
hate
fucking name.
You know what surprised me about the movie? They used a real rental companies. They could have just given it a
Of course they
random
did. Well, they
name.
had to rent the cars.
Yeah, but you can just create a random company.
No, it wasn't shot in L.A.
It was shot in a car.
It was shot in a car in South Africa. It was just some dude was like, here's a camera. I got Paul Walker for 3 days. I'm gonna make a movie. That was it. That was all it was. What other random thoughts do we got here, boss man?
We got his alcoholism.
For sure. That's
that
never
come up?
mentioned
Yeah, it
again.
never
It's
came-
never mentioned again. It's just in the start of the movie, and it's never again. I forgot about the alcoholism, but he's clearly an alcoholic.
There's no way. I guess
Right at the start of the movie, he mentions it. You go if you gotta go. You go.
No. I was just looking at I guess trivia.
He totally said he was. He totally admitted he was alcoholic. Like that was the one of the first things in the movie. It was a mention that he was a drunk.
And then it never came up again.
It literally
alcohol
never
came up.
came up again. It was like they were trying to establish a character, and then they never followed through. It was Chekhov's beer, but the anti-Chekhov's beer. It never came back.
In the same spirit, now thinking about it, was the color change really? Did it make a difference?
Of course it didn't.
Which change?
The color change. That entire series.
You don't have to do this with the cat, Jeff. Oh my god. It's the angriest I've ever heard him in my life. I've got hit by a biker, no repercussions.
Yeah, nothing happened.
Because he fucking hits a dude off a bike.
I think that was to bring up the fact that the reason he was in jail was out of a hit and run, and he almost did it again. And
Is that what it was?
he did that's why he was in jail. He did a hit and run. That was the original reason he was in jail.
Did they mention that?
Yeah, they did. But then
But he wasn't panicked in that scene. He was
It's
like,
chill,
"Oh, come on,
again."
you're getting in front of my
It's
car.
Not again.
Come on."
So
That was
I found a piece of trivia.
Did
that
you
I
catch
didn't
that?
Really want to have.
that's wild. Here, all right, give
All right,
us your
I
trivia.
guess-
Give us
again,
the
let's-
trivia. Give
let's
us the
go
trivia. We
Back
love
to-
trivia.
Let's go back to the Price is Right.
Take
rules.
us back.
What do you think the estimated budget for this movie?
You found a budget.
Yeah, estimated budget, but
Okay. Here. I'm gonna work with you for a bit, Jeff. Stop poking the green screen. You fucking deserve it.
I know. That time, yeah.
I'm trying to work with you here. We got a budget.
I'm distracted by the cat.
Luis found a budget. It made $2.1 million, right?
This film was 6.2 million.
I'm guessing the budget was $1.2 million.
so purely at a Price is Right rule,
Yeah.
Jeff wins. But you're.
What was the budget?
10 million.
So you
dollars. That's what I'm saying. He did win. I did say he won,
Yeah.
but he's $10
million dollars.
No.
$10 million.
I just want to do the math.
It's gotta be, right? It's 2013.
Money laundering.
Paul Walker, partially. Paul Walker's big right now, right? In 2013, $5 million goes to Paul Walker. The other $5 million goes to Mukunda Michael Dewil. Allegedly, in our opinion, the other $5 million happen to go to him in suspect ways. And that's just our opinion.
So purely by running time, this movie cost $117,000 a minute.
You fucking did the math on this.
Good
I
job.
used a calculator, but
Yeah, and because we wouldn't.
they
$100,000 a
spent
minute.
$2,000 every
Okay.
second of this
Alright.
movie.
That's too much money.
Them filming the number 77, $2,000.
This is a lot of money.
They
That's-
literally used like, what is like just like a red, not tape, but just like a red covering just made the number. That even looks fake. Like just looking at it again, it looks fake, doesn't it? Is that what
It looks like duct tape.
I have
two?
I have a couple more notes here. I have Jeff made a claim almost at the very beginning of the movie, and his claim was in the minivan will be illegal drugs.
I thought there would be drugs, but the human trafficking was like escalated. Big girl.
Did not expect the human trafficking, but that's what you got. So you got it fucking wrong, and you're a fucking idiot for guessing wrong. What a fucking idiot. Am I right?
Yeah, they did some exposition at the beginning of the film when he's driving.
Yeah, because I
on
thought
the radio they were talking about how like the chief of police.
it's caught in a scandal.
Yeah, basically he's caught in a
this-
scandal. And it's
I
like,
got a
oh,
point.
like people are disappearing because of it.
Excuse
I
me, just for a
originally
sec.
thought that it would be the drugs and that Angie, stupid bitch, would be a lot more involved in this
Yeah,
movie.
that she would have a purpose, like. You know,
And
it's
she
like,
wasn't. Like she'd be
it made-
kidnapped or she made a list.
Did she have? I mean, I guess she had lines on the phone, but was that like the actual actress's
They're like
voice?
depressing lines. It's like, get here in 20 minutes.
That was a voicemail. There was a voicemail that they played like 3 times,
Yeah, it's Angie. You know what to do.
and then the
I'm
20 minutes.
depressed. I live in South Africa.
What
My
was his name,
ex-husband
Michael?
is on parole.
Is his name Michael again?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike, he was supposed to make it there in 20 minutes. He failed.
No,
Like,
it was like a day.
that was his
It
mission.
was like a whole day passed.
That was not a good day for him. I'm not gonna lie. Like I think he's had like a pretty couple interesting days in his life, given his hit and run and everything. I think this was the most interesting day of his life.
Yeah. Paul Walker had a bad day.
That's the entire concept of the movie. He's having a bad day. He grabbed B equal 19. It's the wrong choice. Could have grabbed 20. Could have grabbed 18. Could have grabbed 78. 77. He grabbed B equal 19.
Okay, I'm back. Hello. Finally, the show can get somewhere. Anyway, that was a joke. I have 2 more notes. One of them is this is Transporter that you corrected my writing because I wrote Transformer. And then the other note,
Same film.
it was Transporter. It was just without Jason Statham.
Is this the plot of
Without
Transporter?
It is exactly the same. It's the transporter picks up a car, and there's a woman. Yeah, that's
It's stuck.
yeah,
It makes no sense.
yeah. It's the guy. It's the
It's
tortoise.
stuck on my phone. Like I
Yeah.
scroll back and I just have
Yeah.
Danny Trejo.
Just get him out of here. And then the last note that I have is pick a better car to store a kidnap victim
I disagree with.
because it's not. It doesn't have a trunk. It's just a thing over the backseat that's still connected to the rest of the car. Actually, have a car that has a trunk
Like a proper separate.
to throw someone in.
I agree. I can agree with that.
Like get a car that actually has a trunk. That's like a separate
so.
thing. That's it.
I guess so. I mean, what they like that minivan thing is just like the. You know, like on like SUV, it's super common in SUVs. Like you have the
That.
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
flat thing that's
Yeah.
supposed to hide your valuables, right? That
Yeah.
are actually in your trunk.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's basically what they did.
That
for the
was what
minivan.
it was. And their valuable was a human being that can move.
I mean, how was she
Like,
discovered? Did
don't-
he like break hard or
Well,
something?
here's-
They're like we're going to just pull this up
No, 'cause,
over
wait,
her.
How did she
and
like come
she
out
won't-
of the back? Like, what did he?
He-
It wa- the
hit
chair,
the side of the
one of the
car.
seats fell down.
No, yeah,
Yeah, but why?
But
he
still,
slammed on the
but
brakes.
even still,
He slammed
like
on the brakes,
a normal
yeah.
car,
Oh, no,
she
no, no,
just
no.
sort of
No,
slide
that
around
wasn't
in a
the- that wasn't
trunk.
the case.
He was stuck at one of the places,
But
and then he
still-
like rammed and then had to stop. Cause he
But
finally
still,
got
it was an
unstuck,
open
and then
trunk.
it, like boom.
It was still a trunk that was like she could have just like punched out of it like a child punching out of an airy.
Cargo cover.
What's the term for
Thank
like
you,
an
Valerie.
amniotic sac? Like you could have like pulled like how like Neo pulls himself out of the fucking gel in the Matrix. Like She could have done the same thing with that fucking car's trunk, quote unquote. Just sort of yanked it apart, which is exactly what she did. If you're in a trunk that is surrounded by metal, you don't get out of that trunk, and it's delivered exactly where it has to go, and Paul Walker doesn't have to worry about that, and might rekindle his love with his ex-wife at the embassy.
I will
That
say,
doesn't happen because they chose a shitty trunk for their kidnap victim.
I will say, drugged up lady, Rachel, what's her name? She recovered way too fast for a drugged up person in the back of a trunk.
Maybe she
Just
developed
ready to
tolerance. Maybe journalists are obsessed with drugs.
She had a tolerance.
Yeah,
She had
like most
chloroform,
journalists.
Erectile dysfunction.
Clorectile dysfunction. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I don't know what's going on in South Africa. You know?
You know
I don't know.
what
I don't know what's going on in Lady Beeps. I don't know. Listen, I don't know what's going on in Lady Beeps. I don't know. I just don't know it. All I know is that I grab them and that they're great. And they make me fall asleep inside of trunks, SUV trunks that I claw out of like an amniotic sac. It's great. It's a lot of fun. When you find yourself in Johannesburg in a trunk, it's great. It's so much fun. You just tell the cabbie, you say, I'm gonna go to Trump Tower, Johannesburg. It's great. Love it. What are they saying? I can't
The
read
mic
it.
is covering your visage.
My visage is great. I've got great visage. I've got visage everywhere. Everyone can see.
I love grabbing visage.
I grab all kinds of visages. Any kind of visage, French, Spanish,
As
Italian.
long as it's a supermodel visage.
If it's a visage, I'll grab it. It's great. I love it. Melania, great visage. I grab it every day. Lincoln bedroom, I love it. I love my presidents. I'm a president, and I've been the best. So it's great. I'm gonna
Spray
stop.
paint scene?
I'm gonna stop doing
Is
that.
that the last of your notes?
I don't know what. Yeah, that made no
Spray
sense.
paint.
The
It
whole
was
spray
super
paint.
artsy.
The whole yeah, it was like they got a different director for just a minute, and that was it was like, the guy's like, you have a fire in you, I can see it in you. You need to let it burn, and it was a totally different tone than the rest of the movie, and it was like, where did this come from? Right?
It
was
changed,
totally-
yeah,
it was totally
pacing
different.
Of this movie was off.
It was totally different. It was totally, but it snapped right back to stupid action movie. But for that one scene, it was like, you are a different person. There's something about you that is special. There's a fire that burns in you. I will paint in the same fire that you have.
I will
And Paul Walker's like, fuck it, paint me, bitch.
pay me like one of your French girls.
Yeah. It was so weird. It was so weird and unnatural, and it was great. It was a great addition to the movie. If it was 90 minutes of that,
Oh, it would have been such a good movie.
that's a fucking great movie. I totally agree. That's a great movie. But it wasn't. It was only 1 minute. And I'm like, come on. You had it. You had it right there, Mukunda.
Yeah.
You had it right there, Mukunda. Mukunda
Got
Michael.
Lost in the sauce.
Mukunda Michael. You got lost in the sauce. Sauce.
Sauce.
You got too saucy. Should have just let him feel that fire.
I
But
think
that's-
that's our last random thought.
that's
Anybody
my
else?
yeah, that's my last
thoughts,
note.
yeah. I do have a last thought. The climax of the film. My guy Michael, his host Michael, right?
Is that his name?
Yeah.
He is holding a reporter hostage right in front of him. Like, the hostage is covering his entire body.
Oh yeah.
And then
oh
he
my
gets
God.
shot, and
In
the
the-
shot
yeah.
it's in like
Yes.
in his stomach.
Exactly where the
But-
hostage was.
Correct. So how did the shot get there? Is it like
I have a theory.
not-
In that it just went through the reporter.
But
It
it
could be
didn't.
the
But it
case.
didn't.
No, but the guy
Because-
seemed fine.
Yeah, the reporter was fine, and he threw the microphone at the recording thing that Paul Walker pulled out. It's like, you got to listen to this.
I think it could have just been like like the reporter's dying, just like just putting his arm
We're
out.
gonna do this. We're gonna make it right. We're gonna make things right in South Africa. We're gonna do it. It's 2013. We're gonna make things right. Fuck apartheid. Fuck apartheid.
Right? That made no sense.
It truly doesn't.
The scene in the hill where I thought that's when she was getting buried.
She didn't get buried.
They could have.
They dumped her. They dumped. You remember? Remember when they dumped
Alex's dad? They made no. This scene could have been cut entirely out of the film.
Remember when they literally showed
film.
him pick a body up out of his car and just sort of dump it in a tunnel? You remember how that was a part of the movie? Great movie.
What was the point? Like and there was like a dead dog.
Let them.
There was a dead dog in the scene, and I thought that was gonna be the Chekhov's dog that we spoke at the beginning.
It's like with the teeth. It's like this is symbolism. This means something. What does it mean? It just means someone died.
Yeah.
That's not symbolism then.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, then there were the black people that were inaudible. Like they're just like they're talking, but it doesn't matter.
They were like singing, because they were all like moving in unison.
Let's not be fucking racist. They weren't inaudible. They were just speaking in a language we don't understand. And it's totally fine.
Inaudible.
Like if someone were to sing at me in French, I'd have no clue what they were saying. But I don't dismiss them.
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi?
I am. I am.
Je suis prêt.
I don't know any other words in French. I know je suis.
Boulangerie,
Charcuterie.
con mi pescado.
That's Spanish.
Un crêpe au chocolat, s'il vous plaît. That's it. That's all I know.
Avec moi.
Avec. Avec.
Avec moi.
They don't say avec.
Yes, they do.
Avec
That's
moi.
with.
They're not hard K.
Is that a hard?
It is not. It is not avec.
AVEC.
No, yeah. Yeah,
No,
it's not avec.
It's not avec. I mean,
It's not
it's
avec.
spelled avec, but
Yeah,
it's
it's not it's not how you say it.
Slouch lower in the name of entertainment.
It's directed at me.
I know, but I'm
Here,
sure.
what if we just do this?
Avec. Avec.
Avec moi.
Avec moi.
Avec moi.
Avec moi.
I have a random thought that's not related to this movie. Is that we're gluing down our hardwood floors, and I have glue on my arm hair, and that is just gonna.
Where?
It's just gonna.
Lick it off. Just lick it off.
It's just gonna be a pain.
I was trying to get it. So it's time for recommendations.
Hold on.
Are you gonna sing?
Let me think of a little melody here.
This has been.
pop culture melody.
This might have been the best show we've ever done.
That's what we said last episode.
No, we didn't. No, the
Doesn't
movie
matter.
was great, but this movie was shit. But us
Content,
talking
the
has
content.
been fucking great. Yeah. What we've attributed to the film, fantastic. Can't be beat. It's the best, and no one can deny it. It's a wall of greatness. You could put it across a border. How great it is.
All right.
It's unbelievable.
Recommendations. I'm trying to think of my.
It's time for recommendations. Recommendations. Let's do recommendations.
Scatter poop.
Scattery poop.
Please, being the guest of our show, you have to go first.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Would you recommend this movie?
If you're like having a bad day and
What a great
like,
start.
you feel like there's no purpose to life, just think about the fact that someone decided to put $10 million into this movie and they produced this.
That's
Like,
fucking wild.
Just if you ever just want to have like if you ever want to think about like investing in yourself and just improving yourself, just think about the fact that someone put $10 million into this movie and they produced this shit. So just imagine what you could do. Like just if you like just want to feel better, just think about how you could improve this movie. Like I think that's the only good and cogent argument I can give in favor of this movie. Because otherwise I'd say fuck no, do not watch this movie.
So is that a yes or no? You do not. You do or do not.
If you hate yourself, yes, please watch this movie. Which is like a lot of us.
That is the
Mental health.
You want to ask me?
Alex, would you watch the movie
Or would you not?
Would I watch the movie?
Vehicle 19? Would you recommend it to be watched by friends and family.
Well, first off, yes, I would watch it because I already watched it. So that's an easy yes. Is for the first question. Would I recommend it for others? This is tough for me because I hate Fast and Furious. I think it's stupid. I think they're dumb. I think they're all dumb. And if I have to be perfectly honest, I've never enjoyed a single one that I've seen. I've seen like 3 different ones in it, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, I don't give a shit. And that's kind of the mentality I have for watching this. Is I don't give a shit. But the fact that it takes place entirely in South Africa, and he almost gets mugged like 6 times, and just doesn't give a shit. That's the big part that like turns it for me is there's these little gifts, little kisses of like, mwah, here's a little character for you, mwah, mwah. And it's enough. It's enough for me to say yes, I would recommend this movie. I would recommend this movie over Fast and Furious movies because it's so much more different and it's not generic.
You're right about the fact it's different.
It is different. So I would say yes. I would say yes, watch this movie. Check it out.
Jeff,
19.
would you recommend the movie Vehicle 20 minus 1?
2K10 plus 3 or whatever. 9. I was thinking of the year it came out. Go ahead, Jeff.
Fuck no.
What? Why?
This was not Paul Walker. You did the best you could, but there's no redeeming the writing and directorship of this movie.
You picked this movie.
What Jeff is trying to say
No.
is that Paul Walker died like in vain. Like,
You can't do this.
He died after this movie, and like just like the rest of his life was just in vain.
You can't do this, Jeff.
His death
Why?
had no purpose.
You can't do this.
Yes, I can.
No, you picked this.
I
I gave you 5 fucking movies to pick from, and you picked this. You picked this. You picked this. And you saying no to this? Fuck this guy. Fuck you.
I picked it
Fuck
at random.
you.
We could have watched
No,
Vampire.
fuck you.
Fuck
We could have
you.
watched
Fuck you.
Vampire's Kiss.
We could have watched Vampire's Kiss. I'm so fucking pissed off that you're saying no. If you had said yes, fine. The fact that you said no is infuriating.
I don't recommend this movie.
I mean,
Does it make you feel
unbelievable.
furious and fast?
Yes, it does. It makes me want to drive an Evo against Vin Diesel in a street race in L.A.
Not ludicrous.
I'm infuriated. I
You don't wanna race Ludacris
I
first?
can't fucking believe you. I can't believe you are saying do not recommend this. I can't believe you. I can't believe you.
I'm not the only one.
He said yes.
No.
If you hate yourself.
Yeah, and who doesn't? That's a yes.
I think.
If
that-
you show you hate yourself, fuck you.
I'm gonna have to agree with that last statement there.
Exactly.
That's a
Yeah, fuck you.
first time listener of the podcast.
Fuck you.
While being a guest at the same time.
Exactly.
If you listen to this, you hate yourself. I'm sorry.
Fuck you, Jeff.
Except Alex's dad, you're pretty nice. Like, I'm glad you support your child through his
Alex's dad also hates himself. Fuck you. Fuck you, Jeff.
I disagree with that statement.
He
guys,
probably does.
being
He
bullied.
raised me.
I do not
for
agree
being
anymore.
honest.
Fuck you, Jeff. Fuck you.
Do I have any audience support?
No, you don't. Of course you don't.
Can we get some Moncast in the chat?
We're gonna fucking close out this fucking show right now. This has been the ABCs of Bad Movies with Alex and Jeff. This was the letter V. We had our special guest by name of
Luis!
This is Alex and
Hefe.
we hope you have a great night. We'll see you next week for the letter W. Is that the next letter?
Germans say it with V.
W. Is that the next letter?
W.
Can't wait.
And I am unavailable next weekend, so it'll be the weekend after that.
That's true. Yeah, the weekend after. Whatever. Fuck you.
Join our Discord, and you'll know.
Have a great night, folks. Or a great morning, or great afternoon, or
Buenas noches.
beepus no chase, folks.
Bye. Everybody say bye while I close out the Twitch.
Bye!